Hi, welcome to Finding the Voices. Today we have a very special episode and we are going to be covering the upcoming Women's Polo Tournament, which is going to be in Manipur. I have invited Eva Crossman, who is going to be joining us today and will share a little bit about herself, talk about polo and the upcoming Women's Polo Tournament, which is scheduled in Manipur. I got really excited about this, and let's get Eva onto our set. Hey, Eva, welcome to our show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well.
Are you excited of
Yeah.
going to Manipur?
Super excited.
Before we get into the details of Manipur, how about we get to know a little bit about yourself? So if you can share a little bit about yourself and how you got into the world of polo and horses and the good stuff.
So I am a freshman at the University of Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky. This is my first year here, and I'm from Unionville, Pennsylvania, where I live with my parents. And both of my parents are very horsey. My dad rode for a living. He raced horses and was the head of a fox hunt in my hometown. And my mom is a fair bit horsey as well, and that's what brought them together. So I grew up, I spent most of my time really on a horse, and I grew up in Unionville. And I found polo my senior year of high school with one of the best coaches that there is in Maryland, Kelly Wells. And yeah, that's why I came to Kentucky, was to continue to play polo through college. So.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
Let me bring up some of the pictures which you have shared, and maybe, you can share a little bit about those pictures.
Yeah. So this is actually a hometown event right across the street from where I grew up riding. And that was a horse that my family owned. We called him Summer. And that's in an eventing competition. When I was growing up, I did a lot of 3-day eventing and just really enjoyed it. And so, yeah, that was out on course in Unionville.
So the name of the horse is Summer?
Summer, yeah, they call it.
Oh, that's a beautiful.
Yeah.
And you own this horse?
Yep, my family did. He was my parents.
Oh, I see. All right. Yeah, that's beautiful. And I think this is Summer too?
No, actually. We have a lot of gray horses. That one was called Regatta, and she was owned by a friend of ours. And yeah, I'm pretty young in that picture. Yeah, but that was at another event, actually not that far from where I live, called the Devon Horse Show. And yeah.
Cool. I love this. The horse is really kissing you.
The whole time, yeah. We called that horse Taco. Yeah, that's another one. My family loves that one.
That's awesome. So you practically grew up, with horses all around you from your childhood.
Yeah.
So do you have your own horse right now?
Yeah, I have one here with me at the university, and then our club here at the university has 12. So we sort of take care of all of them as if they're our own as a club. But I have one here with me that came from one of my best friends who's actually going to Manipur with me. Belinda, she's on the team with me, and so she was my first polo horse, and I got her from my now teammate, Belinda, and we call her Peanut, and she's here in Kentucky with me.
That's awesome. So how did you get into polo? I understood the part where you were more familiar, with the horse family background and things like that. So tell us a little bit about your...
Obviously, with both of my parents, I sort of always rode and just did a fair bit of everything. And then there's a club right by where I live called Brandywine Polo Club. And I started grooming in the summer to make a little bit of money. And I just sort of thought that the sport was super cool and it looked like a lot of fun. And so I talked to a lot of the people there and sort of asked how I could get into it. And so it sort of led to a phone call to a coach that ran high school teams. And so, yeah, I sort of just fell into it and I'm staying with it so far. It's a good time.
So how long have you been playing now?
About 2 years, I think, I would say.
Oh, okay. So it's not for a very long time. Okay. And no, but it's amazing. You played for 2 years and now you are going, for an international tournament.
Absolutely insane. I mean, I grew up in horses very competitively. And so I think the transition wasn't what it would have been for somebody that had never ridden and didn't have sort of that set of skills. It was more of learning sort of a stick sport rather than learning the whole thing at once. But no, it's been incredible, and the people that you meet and that support you within the sport are just great, and it's been a really good time.
Awesome. So tell us about how you got into the USA team, and then finally how did you get into the upcoming trip to Manipur, to play for the women's tournament?
Yeah, so the news, I mean, obviously it's super exciting news to receive, but I was actually at home with some friends of mine that Marissa is a teammate of mine, and it was her mother, Kelly, had gone over to Manipur in November with the men's team. And so Ed and everyone responsible for making the teams was sort of in the process of making those decisions and conferring with a number of different people. But it was Kelly that sort of gave me the news that I was getting to go, and it was pretty exciting.
So how many of you are going?
Four of us are going over.
4 of you. Okay. All right.
We all actually know each other quite well, which is kind of a funny thing when you sort of get in the group and then you see everybody that's going. We all knew each other. All three of my teammates are people that I respect highly and that I've known for a fair bit of time now. So that was pretty cool.
So what are the tournaments you have participated earlier? Have you participated in any international tournament?
Nothing international. Right now, I play for my college team. And we do a fair bit of traveling here from the university. So we traveled out to California this year to play in a tournament out there. And we drive a fair bit as well. And we've driven all the way up to Connecticut. We've logged quite a lot of miles to travel. And then I spend the summers in my hometown in Unionville. And there's clubs right around there of Brandywine and Maryland. So I got to play a little bit there.
Is that one of the picture which you had shared?
Maybe. The one in the UK jersey was
yeah.
That was from our trip out to California. Yep, that's
Okay.
me. This is actually at the University of Virginia, and I'm in the number 3 jersey on the far left, and then in the middle, that's my teammate Maggie, and then on the other end is my teammate Anastasia. And so, yeah, we sort of travel around and play polo together, which is a good bit of fun.
Yeah, that sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, tell us a little more about what you have learned and what are you anticipating for your upcoming polo tournament in Manipur.
Yes.
And you're leaving shortly, right? Yeah. Tell us about your trip and your plans and all the details.
I think it's just me packing all day. And then Saturday, 2 of my best friends are driving me to the airport. I've never been out of the country. I've never been out of America before.
Oh my God.
For me, the first stamp on my passport, so to speak. So I'm very excited and a little bit nervous as well, but I'm looking forward to it. It's super exciting, and I live here in Lexington, Kentucky, and we have the horse park right. It's about 10 miles from here. It's a short drive. So I went out there and went to the Museum of the Horse. And within it, there's a display of the Manipur pony that has been set up to sort of explain the importance of the breed to the sport of polo itself and how the pony helped to sort of originate the sport and the two developed together. And it's just really cool to sort of understand the traditions behind the sport that we're playing and enjoying, and the work that everybody's put into making the display makes it easier for me to understand the history behind everything that has gone on.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me try and pull in a picture
Jorge
I had shared. Yeah.
Jorge's
So,
fine.
okay, is that what you saw?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
the display there, and they have the original tack that was used on the Manipur ponies, as well as the original garb that everyone wore. And then within the displays, there's a fair bit of information that explains the origins of the breed and how it interconnects with the sport. And it's just really interesting to sort of understand that we're traveling to play on these horses and play in a tournament that's preserving the traditions that have been around for so long.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And as you have mentioned, we are so thankful to the people who are making an effort to put the information over there. And this is the website of the museum and the address. So if anybody is passing by, I would definitely recommend to drop by and look at the display over there. I myself want to go over there and look.
The entirety of the Horse Park Museum is super interesting, and obviously for me, getting to see the Manipur pony that I'm about to travel across the world to see is super super cool. But the entire museum itself is incredible to anybody that's interested in horses.
Right. And also here is a small clipping, but for the full information, I would, ask everybody to go into the main website. But it's very, very interesting to see that, there is an entry for the Manipuri pony and all the details, and really, really thankful to Tamosomi Roy, who is behind, getting this information, making the whole thing happen. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now, do you when you go and play in Manipur? Of course, you're going to be playing using a Manipuri pony. So, what is your anticipation?
So I had a lot of friends that were on the team that went this fall, that went in November. So I've kind of been picking their ears about the whole thing, but I am personally just super excited for it. I mean, I've grown up riding everything and any horse that I could, and I'm super excited. I think it'll be a really good time. And it certainly, the tournament that they put on this past November was really well done, and I'm just looking forward to the experience of it all.
So, what is your secret in, I guess, getting that connection with the horse? Because I saw some of your picture, and I feel like you are so much in tune and in sync with the horse.
So I don't know. It's one of those things. I grew up with it, so I never really learned how to ride or anything like that. I just kind of grew up doing it, and you fall off enough times that you learn how to stay on eventually. And it's all that I've ever done, and I chose a university where I could continue to do it, and it's just such a big part of my life. And I think probably the biggest thing is to sort of just enjoy the process of it all. You can't sort of you got to go into it enjoying it, and then I think it tends to all work out.
Yeah, look at that. look at you balancing over there as though it's like
this behind that. My mom was taking that picture, and I think the whole time she was thinking to herself, just do not fall, or I'm going to falling off of the pony.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about women's polo. I was really excited that, of course, there are a lot of coverage and tournaments on men, but now we have women. So how about, you
I
share
mean, I
your
think,
thoughts about it?
and I am super fortunate where there's a couple polo clubs near where I live that have incredible women's polo. And I mean, you go to the tournaments and they're as competitive as, sort of the bigger, more male dominated tournaments at the end of the season. But I think it's incredible that these tournaments are international and that there's sort of a development of women athletes and just a respect for, us as players and athletes that enjoy the sport. And yeah, I mean, I think it's a very cool thing that's going.
So in your school and in the club, so you think there is equal number of players, women
Yeah,
and men?
we actually have more players on our roster as a girls team.
Oh,
But we obviously, you play in college polo, you actually play 3-on-3 in the arena. So we do have more players on the roster, but that just means more teammates, which is a good thing in my case. I'm very fortunate. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of girls that are interested in the sport and interested in horses. And I think that the development of it is just great. I mean, I love the sport for what it is, and I have a great time with it, and I feel very lucky to get to do so.
coming back to Manipur, how many days are you going to be there? And
I believe we're there for 9 days with sort of a travel day in there. Our flights, we're flying into New Delhi, and then we're sort of moving to Manipur. So I think we have 9 days after.
okay, and of course, I'm assuming that you're going to have time to go around and see the places and
Hopefully,
get a feel of it.
looking forward to all of it. And I am from the trip, so I'm sort of looking forward to everything that they told me I could go see.
So yeah, I'm sure you have done some research on what you might want to see and what you want to try. So tell me about what you know and what you want to try in Manipur and what you have in your mind.
Oh, I'm just looking forward to the culture itself. I mean, I'd say the number one thing I am excited about is just to get on the Manipur ponies. Like, I'm super, super excited and looking forward to it. They just seem so interesting, and it is different from anything I've ever done. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I'd say that's fun.
Right. And also to think about, playing in the oldest polo ground in the world, in Manipur, and in the birthplace of polo, that is like really exciting.
Yeah, no, it's an honor, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to get to do something like this. I'm just trying to enjoy all of it.
And your first trip out of US.
It is my first trip out of the US, and I'm getting to travel with 3 teammates that I know and I like quite a great bit, which is just incredibly lucky. So I'm looking forward to it.
So, I read that there are other teams coming from Australia, Kenya, and so are you excited about playing against them? Are you going to win? What?
I mean, I think my game plan is to do what my teammates tell me to do. But I'm super excited just for the experience of getting to play in a tournament against people from another country and so forth. And I think it's an incredibly interesting thing that all these countries are sending women's polo teams to play in Manipur. I'm just full of respect for everything that's going on with it.
Right, absolutely. A lot of respect, and I think like it's my honor to be talking to a polo player, that to a woman polo player.
I think it's the other way around.
I was trying to get the picture of one of the coverage I had seen for the. Yeah, here it is. This is the coverage for the women's team from Kenya coming. So there you go. You're going to be meeting them.
Just to meet other women that enjoy the sport, I think is incredibly interesting.
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's so exciting for you. Okay, so let me bring couple more of your pictures
Okay.
because I have a lot of fun with
There.
your pictures. And there you go.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
in
I'm
a
gonna
safe
zoom out.
world where I live.
Is this a recent one? No, I guess not because your hair is long.
Yeah, probably about 2 years ago.
Okay,
But it was quite snowy where I lived at that moment.
this we saw you're balancing. And look at you.
Yeah, that was over this past summer with 4 polo ponies that I got to work with, and yeah, I do enjoy
Yeah, and
polo.
now I'll be looking forward for you to take pictures in Manipur and pose with the Manipuri ponies.
Absolutely,
And, I'll share it with Finding the Voices as you do that.
I will.
Oh, there you go. Another moment with the horse. I love this. And this is, I think, when you were younger.
A little bit younger there, yeah.
And of course, I mean, you're very young right now. So, okay, this is for the other tournament you had. This is,
That's the most recent, yeah.
yeah. Oh, I love this. Look at you. Okay, and this is your profile.
Yeah, that's from out in California.
Yeah, that's awesome. We have our live viewers, and I see some comments from them. So let's check it out and see what they are saying. Because I'm very sure that many of us are excited and want to welcome you there in Manipur. Okay, so we have a comment from Nikki Chandam. And oh, okay, so it's a big comment, and I'll try to move little up so that my face can be seen. So she says, "Hi Eva, you seem pretty excited about the trip ahead. All the best. Just got a question. Manipur is the birthplace of polo. So what best practice from USA would you like to share with the people of Manipur to bring the game to more bigger state than it is now currently?"
I mean, I would say that tournaments like this are certainly doing so. I mean, when you have, for me, like I got into the sport watching other women play it. So I think to have women out on the field playing the sport, it brings, young girls and women themselves into the sport. So I think tournaments like this ultimately are what preserve the sport.
Right, right. I absolutely agree with you. I think, it by you going to Manipur and other teams coming to Manipur, it's, you're learning about the culture and heritage in Manipur and taking it back to US, and, it's going to continue. It's a learning at both sides. That's the way I look at it.
Exactly. I mean, it's incredibly meaningful for me to see somewhere like Manipur, where the sport has been around for so long, and just to sort of appreciate the tradition that they've set and sort of the years of history that they have with it. And then I think at the same time, to have a tournament like this going on, I think it means a lot to see that many women out playing the sport, and I think it helps preserve it.
Awesome. So let's see. Okay, so we have Dennis Richmond saying hi from USA. So we have thank you for watching us. And also we have Jamuna Advani watching our show. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. This is great. So how about, I know that we are almost at the end of our show, but how about food? Are you willing to try different cuisines? What kind of food do you like?
I mean, I've had Indian food made here where I live, but obviously I've never been to India, and I am very excited to try everything that it has to offer.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you should try some of our local cuisine. And I definitely miss having that being here. So I'm actually quite jealous that you're going. I wish I can go in your suitcase or something like that. I wanted to bring this up and acknowledge, that the tournament where you are going to be going and what we have been talking about, the third Manipur Statehood Day Women's Polo Tournament, it is presented by Manipur Tourism with the support of Incredible India. So I just wanted to put it up, acknowledge, and say a big thank you for getting this together and getting all the polo lovers together and bringing out, the name of Manipur to all the places. And there you are, because of that, you are going to be
So
going to Manipur.
I'm
And
incredibly thankful for it.
anything else you want to add before we end?
I don't think so. Thank you for organizing this. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah, so thank you so much for being in our show and wishing you all the best and have a safe journey. And, definitely I'll be following you for your pictures and the
you.
news about the tournament and how it's going on with other, other games with the other countries who are coming. So have a wonderful, wonderful, safe time in Manipur and all the places you'll be visiting in India.
Thank you very much.
And thank you everyone for watching our show. We will be covering more players who would be participating in the upcoming women's tournament. And I'm really excited to be a part of this. So keep tuning in and we'll keep you updated on, who will be coming on and sharing about the upcoming polo tournament, which is scheduled in Manipur this January. And talk about it. Thank you and have a wonderful day.